on YouTube? It's your boy Greg back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, we talk about fragrance related topics. So if that's something that you're interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload. Alright guys, so today I have a special video for you guys. I was tagged by none other than Justin from Stay Fresh Productions, one of the best fragrance reviewers out there. If you haven't checked him out, I'm definitely going to leave his information down below so you can check out his channel and also his Instagram. So the title of this video is 7 of my favorite notes and 7 of my favorite fragrances. So basically I'm going to be telling you guys 7 of my favorite notes, and I'm going to present 7 fragrances that have those specific notes in them that really do it well for me. It's not in any particular order, so let's go ahead and dive into this. First note that I really enjoy in fragrances is myrrh, and the fragrance that I really enjoy the note of myrrh in is Myrrh and Tonka. Now the note of myrrh is a note that comes off a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet, a little bit balsamic. It's classified as an aromatic spicy, and in this particular fragrance, it comes off so smooth, so sexy. And that's why I really like it in this one. It is sweet, it does have that spiciness in here, but it just has such a uniqueness to it. Kind of like a note that really captures your attention because it's not something that you smell every day. When you smell myrrh in a fragrance, it's not something that you smell, you know, on a regular basis. Kind of like notes like lemon or lavender or things of that nature, because a lot of lotions and a lot of fragrances, a lot of sprays with lavender, most fragrances have either lemon or bergamot, but a lot of fragrances and a lot of things like lotions and things of that nature do not have myrrh. So you're not smelling something like this on a regular basis. So that's why I like myrrh. It's a very sexy note, very warm, calm, and soothing note, and I really enjoy how it's done in Jo Malone Myrrh and Tonka. Alright, so the next fragrance we're going to talk about is from the house of Parfums de Marly, and that's Pegasus. Now the note in this fragrance that I really enjoy is almond. The almond in this fragrance is done the best in my opinion. It comes off powdery, sweet, creamy, and it's just so smooth. And that's why I love the note of almond. Every time I've smelled the note of almond in fragrances, it's always kind of like a milky, smooth, creamy type of note, and I really enjoy that. I feel like it's different when it comes to fragrances to have a fragrance that's creamy, that's milky, that's really smooth. It's not sharp at all. It's just a nice, milky, creamy, smooth, sweet note, and I really enjoy it, especially in Pegasus. That really is what sets this fragrance apart from most fragrances that are out there. That almond note really comes off really nice in this fragrance. So if you haven't tried a fragrance with that almond note, I definitely recommend trying Pegasus, because this really does push that almond note very heavy, and I really enjoy it. So again, from the house of Parfums de Marly, that's Pegasus. All right, so the next fragrance we're going to talk about is from the house of Dior, Dior Homme Parfum. Alright, so we all know that this right here is an iris bomb. Man, let me tell you, I used to hate the note of iris. Iris was a note that I just couldn't get with because it was a little bit too waxy. It was a little bit too powdery for me at the time, because I really hadn't smelled fragrances like that and I really wasn't digging it. But man, I'm telling you, after a while smelling more fragrances, I really came to really enjoy the note of iris. I mean, I really enjoy that powderiness that it really brings out in fragrances, that smoothness, and just that nice floral aspect of a fragrance that isn't too feminine in my opinion. And let me tell you, in this right here, Dior Homme Parfum, it is pushed heavy in this right here, and it's done perfectly, flawlessly. The iris note in this is probably one of the best iris notes that you're going to ever smell in a fragrance. It's probably one of the more prominent iris notes you're going to smell in a fragrance as well, which could be good, it could be bad, simply because iris is a note that a lot of people don't enjoy, you know, because the fellas feel it comes off a little bit too feminine, and I can definitely agree with that. But for me, I really enjoy it. I feel it's a unique scent. And like I said, with that myrrh note, with the iris note, you're not smelling this every day, especially if you're a guy. A lot of people say it comes off a little bit lipsticky, waxy, makeup-y type of vibes. I really don't get all of that. I do get that waxy feeling though, but for me, I mostly get that smooth powderiness, you know, which I really enjoy. I like that powdery vibe in fragrances. So if you're a fan of the note of iris and you haven't checked this one out, go ahead and check out Dior Homme Parfum. You might not be able to find the original formulation, but they do have a new one out there. For all the fragrances that I'm talking about today, I'm definitely going to link them down below so you can check them out. All right, guys, so the next fragrance we're going to talk about is from the house of Nichane, and it's Sultan Vetiver. So with this one, obviously Sultan Vetiver, the main note is Vetiver. So my fourth favorite note is Vetiver, guys. I love Vetiver. I feel like it's one of the most masculine notes out there, one of the most daring notes out there besides oud and leather. I feel like Vetiver is a note that really can make you feel manly and just rough, because the note of Vetiver is a note that is somewhat like grassy, mossy, you know, very earthy. Sometimes it comes off very dark. Sometimes it comes off kind of smooth, a little bit sweet. But in this one, it comes off dirty, and then as it starts to dry down, it does get a little bit sweet. Now, this particular fragrance has 4 different kinds of Vetiver, so if you love Vetiver like me, this is probably the best fragrance for you because it's a Vetiver bomb. It has so many different types of Vetiver in it. When you smell this, like, you're getting hit with Vetiver right away. You're gonna get hit with Vetiver from the top to the mid to the dry down, guys. So again, my fourth favorite note is Vetiver from Sultan Vetiver. All right, guys, so the next fragrance we're gonna talk about is from the house of Cheyenne Blue, and it's Salt and Caramel. All right, so caramel is something that a lot of people have tasted or smelled. So with this one, it smells exactly like caramel, and that's why I like it in this particular fragrance, because it's so authentic, it's so sweet, it's so sticky, and it just smells like a dessert, guys. Caramel is a note that really can spark your day because it's so sweet, so sugary. Although you can't eat it, if you smell this on you all day and you're just getting wafts of it, it can kind of put you in a good mood. Kind of like if you pass by a bakery or somewhere that's making funnel cakes, or somewhere that has like those sweet buttery popcorn. Like, this can really put you in a good vibe if you're having a bad day. And that's really why I enjoy Salt and Caramel from Cheyenne Blue, because it really pushes that caramel note. It's a very simple caramel note. It really doesn't have much else going on. This is basically a dessert in a bottle, and the main note is caramel, guys. And I'm telling you, that caramel note in this, it's just so good. Like, it literally makes you just want to eat it, guys. But please don't, because it ain't gonna taste like it smells. So again, my fifth favorite note is caramel, and that's from Cheyenne Blue, Salt and Caramel. All right, guys, so we're down to the last 2, and these 2 fragrances are 2 of my absolute favorite fragrances. And coming at the number 2 spot is from the house of Maison Francis Kirk John, and it's Masculine Pluriel. This fragrance right here, man, let me tell you. Wow, this fragrance right here is what I consider to be a crowd mass-pleasing type of fragrance with a whole lot of uniqueness, guys. It's a fragrance that really develops from top to mid to bottom. I'm telling you, the lavender is what I love in this fragrance. That's the top note, and it really makes itself known in this fragrance. But the lavender note in here comes off very smooth, very powdery. Now, lavender can come off a little bit rough sometimes, like true authentic lavender. But in this, it is authentic, but that roughness is kind of calmed down. And it's just a smooth, powdery type of lavender note, in my opinion, when it comes to this fragrance, guys. And then this also has Vetiver, which we talked about in the last fragrance. So this right here is a 2-in-1 for me. I love Vetiver, I love lavender, And Masculine Pluriel has both of those. Now, although it has that vetiver and it does have that lavender, you still kind of get a mass pleasing type of fragrance. You know, it does have that cleanness to it. And that's also what I love about this. That lavender comes off very, very clean, very, very smooth, and a little bit of powdery, but not like a feminine type of powder. It's just a nice, smooth, powdered, clean type of vibe with this one. So if you like lavender or haven't tried lavender, this is definitely an easy lavender to wear. Most lavenders are easy to wear, but I'm telling you, in this one, it's so addicting, it's so alluring. This is a sexy fragrance, easy to wear. You can wear this dressed up or dressed down. Like, this is a very, very nice fragrance. And that lavender note, which is the primary note in this, is done very, very well. All right, so last but not least, we're gonna talk about a fragrance from the same house, Maison Francis Kirk John, and that's Oud Satin Mood. You guys know I had to throw that oud in here, man. This is another note that I wasn't a big fan of when I first got into fragrances. Like, I really thought it was too rough. It was too stinky. Like, I'm like, bro, who would like something like that, man? Like, I remember one time I went to Neiman Marcus and I seen a guy buying this. I'm like, dude, why are you buying it? Like, it smells horrible. But, you know, over time, as my nose got, you know, a little bit more mature, I really, really started to enjoy oud. Fragrances like Tom Ford, Oud Wood, it's not what I would consider to be a strong oud type of fragrance. But let me tell you, this one right here, it's saved by the rose note in here. Because if that rose wasn't in here, man, this would be one of the strongest oud fragrances out there you'd probably ever smell. But that's why I like this one, because it's a very, very wearable oud. Don't get me wrong, it's still challenging, it's still strong. You can definitely smell the oud from top to bottom, but that rose note is really, really kind of balancing it out. And this also does have a bit of sweetness, kind of like a candy-like vibe, like a hard candy-like vibe in this one, which really gives it some uniqueness. It's not just super rough and just super pungent on the nose, guys. This is a pleasant type of oud, while at the same time being very upscale, very sophisticated, and just unique, guys. You're not going to smell many fragrances out there like this one. There are a lot of oud fragrances out there, but let me tell you, Oud Satin Mood is one of the most unique ones, one of the most easiest to wear ouds out there, guys. Again, another video I told you, this is the tag video. I was tagged by Justin from Stay Fresh Productions, so I'm going to tag two people. The first person I'm going to tag is Keith from Fragrant Life. Your tag, bro. And the second person I'm going to tag is Grant from 2 + 2 = Fragrance. I'm going to leave both of their links down below so you can go check out their channels. So if you like this video, guys, go ahead and give your boy a thumbs up. If you don't mind, go in that comment section and let your boy know maybe 1, 2, or 3 fragrance notes that you really, really enjoy, and the fragrances that have that note that you enjoy. So that's it, guys. Take care. Peace.